Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. I just want to give you a quick update on all my transactions, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about referrals. So I think I told you last time Wood Road went on the record, so that's awesome. I already got paid for that. And York Road closed, so that will go on the record actually probably today. So therefore I'll probably get my commission check within the next 2 weeks. And Seneca Ave in Rochester, we finally have a closing date. Everything is set. I don't have to do anything until the last week. So that's about 4 to 5 weeks out right now. Most of you know that I paint full-time and I do real estate part-time. Only part-time because I don't have enough work to take it full-time. Now with painting, I get to meet a lot of people, which is awesome, and I could also buy and sell their houses, and I could add people to my database, so that's all great. So it's a funny little story that I'll have to tell you about a possible listing I'm going to get next week. So we'll go back about a year actually. This time exactly May 2017. I buy all my paint from the same Sherwin-Williams, and I get to know all the manager, the assistant manager, and both sales associates very well over the last about 5 years. And during the last 5 years, they've really come to refer me quite a bit just because of their comments that they get after they refer me. Someone comes in and say they appreciate the work that I did. And so the more they refer me, I buy paint from them, and it kind of keeps everything going around. So again, about a year ago, a lady went into the store and she said that she wanted a good painter and also who was a good person. Because a funny little story that she had, the last painter he didn't do a good job. He wouldn't give her samples and stuff, and then he ended up leaving halfway through the job. So she goes in the Sherwin-Williams and she asks for a painter who's also a good person. And the person working there that day, there's only one of them. His name was Corey, and Corey gave her my number. So she of course called me and said she got my name from Sherwin-Williams and she wants to meet and she wants some painting done. I meet her. Usually when someone calls me for an estimate, I try to do an estimate like as soon as possible. And there's a couple different reasons why, but we could get into that another time. So I go there about the next day. I'm very busy. I go there the next day, take time out of my schedule, talk about everything, and she really likes me. She's a super nice lady. She wants the work done. So I say, great, we could probably do the work in a month. We did the work, and it was only about a $1,500 job. It was pretty small. We did the work, so about a day into the job, it was only a couple-day job, her neighbor came walking over, and she had a bunch of interior work that she wanted done. So I went and I gave her an estimate for almost half of her entire interior she needed painted. And this is in May, so she didn't want it done until the fall or winter, which is great for me because painting really slows down during that time, and we always need interior work. So that was great, and I did that job, and again, they have since to refer me to other customers. So going back to the original lady, Jennifer is her name, and she went into Sherwin-Williams, and they both customers that are neighbors, they both refer me. So jumping to last week, I get a text from her saying that she referred me to a friend of hers who lives one of the main roads in Honey Island Falls, and she texted me in the morning. She says, "Hey, I gave your name to a friend of mine. They'll be calling you shortly." I said, "Hey, thanks, Jen. I appreciate the referrals." She said, "Not a problem. You're welcome." So I'm working away, and my phone rings. This is several days later, and I was in the middle of rolling ceiling, so I couldn't answer. So I went to voicemail. I finished rolling the ceiling. I get down, check my voicemail. "Hey, my name's Paul." He's like, "I got your name from Jen," and I'm like, "Okay." So I made the connection. Call me back. So I call him back, and we're talking about some of the work he needs done. So he says he lives on Clover, which is near one of the streets in Honey Island Falls, and it goes all the way up to Pittsford. And he says that he tried selling it about 3 years ago with another agent. He couldn't sell it, so they ended up renting it. And the last 3 years has been rented from the same couple. And they pay a pretty good rate, turns out, because it's actually a pretty good-sized house. So he's telling me he wants to get some interior painting done before he lists it. So of course I have to ask, I'm like, "Hey, so who's your agent?" And he mentions this lady's name, and okay, that's great, if you want to list with her. But he said that no paperwork was signed, and he didn't even contact her yet. and he said that he'd love to meet me and love to talk about the painting and possible listing. So come to find out, I'm going to meet with him next weekend. Come to find out, it's over a $500,000 house in the Honey Falls area. And as you know, right now, the market is super hot and everything is selling if it's priced right. It takes a little longer to sell if it's over $400,000 just because it's a different, not everyone is in, searching for a home that's $500,000. It's usually anywhere from $1 to $400,000. So it was just a funny story how it all went back to one lady going through a Sherwin-Williams asking for a nice guy who was also a nice painter, and that guy gave her one name, and that name was me. Jennifer, she has a real estate agent, and so therefore I'm not going to step on her toes at all. But when she referred me, it just, things like that pop up all the time. Like I said earlier, 95% of all my work is through referrals. And it's such a great feeling just because I'm nice to the people who tint my paint. Because of that, I got a job, and because of that, I got another job, and now possibly another job with a possible $500,000 listing. And as of right now, I don't have any listings, so to add this to my homes is gonna be great. So now I'm working on my listing presentation. I still got about 5 days before I meet him, but I'm working on my listing presentation, and hopefully we get something nailed down when I meet him, some kind of agency form signed, just so I know that he's going to go with me, and we can work out a deal. I will keep you updated on this because I'm super excited about this because it's a big house on a main road, and whenever you pick up a listing, you're always trying to pick up a buyer also. You're always looking to have an open house, have someone come in and say, it's maybe not right for them and for any kind of reason, and you could possibly pick up a buyer who wants to move to the area. Now, if you pick up a buyer and you find them another home and they purchase that, there's also a chance that they have a house that they need to sell. So that's why this house is such a big deal for me. I'm finally out of the mentor program. So this would be my first transaction I would receive all my commission. So I'm super excited about everything it could be, and even just getting the listing itself and selling the house itself would make it all worthwhile. But if I could possibly get a buyer or a buyer on another listing, it's just super exciting, and I'm super happy about the trail it took to go back to the original start date of one referral, which led to many referrals. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my videos and leave a like and leave a comment. And I will follow up with this vlog next week and let you know how the listing presentation goes.